Shalom. This is David Wilder reporting from Hebron. I'm sitting right now in the shul, the synagogue. It's named after Melucha Rachel Schneerson Slonim, here in the Avram Avinu neighborhood, right next to our offices. And I thought it might be nice to start what we might call a video blog, where every once in a while, maybe a few times a week, once a week, depending on what's happening, we could talk a little bit. Instead of just a voice, we have video. We can have a video blog straight from Hebron. And what a better place to speak from than this beautiful, beautiful synagogue, this beautiful study hall, right here in this heart of the city, right here in the Avram Avinu neighborhood. Right now, we're in the midst of the last month of the Hebrew calendar year, Elul, and everybody's getting ready for Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year. It's right around the corner, just a week and a half away. And this is the time of the year when many, many people come to visit Hebron. There are many, many groups coming in. It's the end of summer vacation, and it's the beginning of the time of the high holy days, and people coming in to pray, to worship, to identify, to walk the streets of the holy city of Hebron. Now, during this time of the year, we have on certain days access to the entire tomb of the patriarchs, Marat Machpelah. As you're probably aware, the building, that huge structure on top of the caves, has been divided into two parts. We have access to about 20% of the building all year round. 10 days a year we get the entire building, including the room that today is off limits to us, the Isaac Wall, or Yitzchak, the memorial for Yitzchak and Rivka. And then the entire building is closed to the Arab worshippers. And 10 days a year they get the entire building, and it's closed to the Jews. So during this time of the year, during the holiday season, there are a number of days when it is open to us, including the 2 days of Rosh Hashanah and several days during the days between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. There'll be a tremendous prayer service here in the middle of the night that week with Rabbi Mordechai Eliyahu, the former chief rabbi, the Rishon LeZion. As he does every year, he honors us with his presence, and he comes in, and there's a prayer service late at night in Oel Yitzchak, in that memorial hall, filled with hundreds and thousands of people. And then, of course, for Yom Kippur, that room is open. And for 2 days during the Sukkot holidays, on Sunday and Monday of Chol HaMoed, that room will also be open to all visitors that come here to visit us in Hebron. And on Monday, of course, we will have the big music festival, the semi-annual music festival that we have over the Sukkot holidays and over the Passover holidays. And anybody that comes in on those days, they'll have the privilege to be able to go into the Isaac Hall and pray by what we call the Petach L'Gan Eden, the entrance to paradise, that small aperture in the ground that goes all the way down into the areas of the actual caves of Machpelah. This is a very, very important time of the year for us. It gives us a tremendous amount of strength. It gives us strength that keeps us going all year long. When we see so many people coming in, when we see visitors from all over the world coming to visit here, and of course during this time of the year many people from Israel, many Israelis come in also, and it's a tremendous source of strength for us. So if you're planning on visiting here in Eretz Yisrael during the holidays, or if you see this and you live here in Israel, which is even better, then please come in and see us. You'll be able to see details of all of the dates when Marat Machpelah will be totally open on the Hebron website, hebron.com, and if you're listening to this and you're a Hebrew speaker, hebron.org.il, or if you'd like, you can go into the website about Marat Machpelah, machpelah.com, and you can receive all of the details there in these websites. Of course, the Hebron website also has a tremendous amount of material about the Jewish community, about the history. We've recently posted a very, very large number of videos, both in English and in Hebrew, for your pleasure, for your education, events in Hebron, and movies that we've made in the past. We have videos up now dealing with the 1929 riots. There's a fascinating interview in Hebrew with a Jewish British policeman who was here in 1929. He was one of the few people that tried to help the Jews during the riots in 1929. That's also accessible on the Hebrew website. And we invite you to come visit us there. Now, if you're interested in touring Hebron, if you're interested in seeing the community not just via camera, and now we have parts of our tour up on video also, but if you'd like to see Hebron with your own two eyes, if you're going to be here in Israel, then first of all you can make reservations all year long on the Hebron website, Hebron.com. Go to Hebron Tours, and there's a calendar there, and you can make reservations online. If you prefer to speak with somebody rather than talk to your computer, then I'll give you a phone number, and that phone number you can use to call and make reservations for one of the many, many tours that we give of Hebron. Many of those tours also stop on the way in at Kever Rachel, at Rachel's tomb, leaving Jerusalem. That phone number, if you're calling from the United States, is 972-52-4317-055. I'll repeat that again. If you're calling from the United States, 972-52-4317-055. And of course, if you're in Israel, then you just very simply dial 052-4317-055, 052-4317-055. That's to make reservations for a tour of Hebron. Almost all of these tours are conducted by Simcha Hochbaum, and there are times when the executive director of the Hebron Fund, Yossi Baumel, takes tours around, and sometimes even myself go around and take people and show them the city and tell them the stories and give them the explanations and try to answer their questions. One of the main questions that people ask us is, how do you keep going? There are a lot of problems in Hebron. There are problems throughout all of Judea and Samaria. We've seen what happened in Gush Katif. We saw what happened here in Hebron a few weeks ago, and we hear what they're speaking about. And our strength comes, first of all, from God above. It comes from the privilege, the merit of being close to Marat HaMachpelah, to be able to worship at the site of the tombs of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and Sarah and Rebecca and Leah, to be living at the roots of the Jewish people here in Hebron. But also much of our strength comes from you. It comes from people that support us around the world, people that come to visit us, people that can give us moral support, people that can give us financial support. If you're interested in helping us financially, you can also do that through the Hebron website, Hebron.com. It's people like you that keep us going. Because, Hebron comes from the root in Hebrew, lechaber, to join together. Hebron joins together, it bonds together the Jewish people around the world for all generations, from the beginning of time through the end of history. And this bonding, which makes Hebron belong not to me any more than it belongs to you. Hebron belongs to all of Am Yisrael, to all of the Jewish people throughout all of the generations. And you should know that by even sitting and taking the time to watch this, by taking the time to write us a letter, by taking the time to come in and visit, by taking the time to tell your friends, I was in Hebron and you should go there too, by taking the time and effort even every once in a while to write us a check, to help the community continue to grow and develop, to help the children here. That's what keeps us going. And we thank you for participating with us. I thank you for watching this video, and I hope that we'll be able to continue our regular video blog. This is David Wilder from Hebron.